Let's do it. So I saw this video from Chronicle. I thought it'd be like interesting to watch on stream. I've always like had like a thought process like towards audio files and people like that. Like a lot of gamers like to clean their audio files when they're not. Like most of them just think they are, and they're like yeah, my Astros A40s, like they're definitely the best headsets you can play with Siege. Also, these Logitech headphones. If you can't afford the A40s, you should definitely get these Logitech headphones. Like, and generally everyone who knows anything about audio, I'm not like an expert on audio, but I know enough to make this comment. Gaming headsets are dog shit. Gaming headsets are not good headsets. They're not good for gaming in general. They're just convenient. They give you everything that you need all in one. So like where you know you get your ability to hear, your ability to speak all at once. That's kind of the draw to gaming headphones. Is they're an all in one convenient thing when it comes to like to audio, but generally they're not even like the best. A lot of gamers don't understand audio and don't understand gaming audio. For example, there's a lot of gamers out there right now who are playing Halo on Battlefield and Call of Duty and Valorant, and they have like the bass boosting on for the controller in the headset. They have bass boosting on in the settings. It's like bass is actually like the worst thing for you if you're playing a shooter. So I saw this video, I want to check it out. Chronicle's very known in the audio community, so watch it.
Are you a gamer? Do you like to do what is often known as a pro gamer move? Do you like
Never
to
heard this
use
guy until recently.
gamer branded headphones for gaming? Well, sit down, son, because your mother and I are very disappointed with you. Gamer headphones. Every time I walk into an audio Discord or some audio forum, there's always going to be some random newbie who's going to come up and is going to ask the same damn question. What are the best gaming headphones? Stop! I'm going to give you a brief summary of this video right now. There is no such thing as a gaming headphone. You'd be thinking to yourself, oh,
Like on that note, I was thinking about like just now, the word gaming being put in front of any kind of like product is basically marketing. It is literally just them trying to sell your product by putting the word gaming on it. Like it's the same. This headphone is no different than buying like a Sennheiser or getting like some earbuds. Like these right now, these what I use on PC when I game are literally Apple earbuds, like wired, that came out iTouch years ago. They still work perfectly fine, and I prefer gaming with these more than like these, which I use on my console. But on PC, I'm playing Siege, I use these because they just sound better. So the word gaming being put in front of like any kind of product is literally just there to like sway a gamer into buying. It's like it says gamers, therefore it's for people who play video games. It's like reality. All headsets and headphones are kind of the same in terms of they do the exact same thing and they serve the same purpose. Another way you can like an example of this is RGB. RGB doesn't do shit. It's just an aesthetic, but and like what it does to your computer, it does nothing. It does nothing for your computer. My graphics card doesn't have RGB. It does nothing more or less than another graphics card that's like it without RGB. RGB is a marketing thing that exists literally just to get people to spend more money. You're spending like an extra $50 for RGB, but you're not really getting any kind of like thing out of it at all. So but the meme is that it gives you more FPS, which it doesn't. When it comes to gaming headsets, you're paying for basically a worse product than a regular headset, but the word gaming's on it and it has like nice logos and colors, so it's kind of like special when it's not.
There's such a controversial take, Crinacle. Why? There's clearly gaming headphones out there in the market right now. Shh, shh, shh. No, you don't understand me. There is no such thing as a gaming headphone. I'm gonna blow all your minds right now. You could use any headphone for gaming. I know.
Exactly.
How? Whenever you game, you need a gaming headphone, right? You can't just take something off the shelf and just put it on your head and start gaming. That's not right. That goes against the law of nature. What's going on? I'm getting extremely emotional over this. Emotional is what you guys need. You motherfuckers need some tough love. You know, maybe you don't listen to me because I'm just some random jagoff talking to a camera, right? I understand. Let's look at it on a much more serious, in-depth analysis on what makes a gaming headphone and why gaming headphones actually suck. Timmy, put it up for me right now. 3 bullet points. You have competitive advantage, then you have immersiveness, and then you just want something with a microphone, all of which are valid concerns to certain degrees. Let's take a look at competitive advantage, because a lot of people apparently really want to do much better with spatial localization every time they play a game. I'm here to drop a truth bomb. I'm here to drop the biggest truth bomb, some tough love. Let Uncle Crinacle tell you the truth. Okay? Very easy one. 90% of you are CMI one. I know. It's very hard to take in. I know. Uncle Crinacle tell you a very easy one, okay? Just buy a headphone to enjoy. No need to worry about competitive.
Basically what he's trying to say is that buying a headset doesn't automatically make you a better gamer, which it doesn't. If you suck, you suck. Like, let's just say, for example, let's say you're someone who's playing Call of Duty, you go 15 to 15, you literally just break even. Your overall KD is like a 0.9. You broke even this game, and let's say potentially you got 3 kills because you heard someone behind you. That's still, without the headset, make you 13 and like make you 12 and 15. You're bad. If you have to rely on, you know, basically I need to hear footsteps, you're not as good at the game as you think you are. You gotta rely on it. Like, it's not going to make you better. If you are a sub 1 KD player, your headphones, whether it's a Razer, Turtle Beach, Astros, Sennheiser, whether you're freaking using something that's $1,000 or something that's $50 or cheaper, it won't make you better at the game. You're just bad. Like, your headset won't change that. It happens a lot in gaming. Gamers will buy a bunch of extravagant shit. Like, this is making better. If I have this kind of headset that I spent $500 on, going to be better at the game. It has its mic on it. My calls will be more clear. If my teams will be able to hear me. It doesn't. If you're bad at the game, you're bad at the game. Like, that doesn't change because you bought a headset. Like, yes, can you have better audio to a degree? Sure. You're always going to have that ability to have better audio to a degree. And you might, like I said, you might hear someone behind you once every game, giving you at least one free kill that you wouldn't have gotten had you not had a headset on. Doesn't even have to be like a good headset. Just having a headset on. Having a headset on is a better advantage than not having one on at all, and you're relying on your TV to get you audio. Because wearing a headset is just better than that. Outside of that, this headset, which costs $60, this headset provides no better or worse advantage than someone who's running an Astros A40. It just don't. If I'm good at the game, I'm good at the game. If I'm not good at the game, I'm not good at the game. The headset won't make a difference. And for y'all, it won't make a difference. You're bad, you're just bad.
Advantage. There's no need. You're not good enough to have the competitive advantage. I tell you first, all of you with
Sorry,
your
pause
Q
it
death
again, but
ratio
like literally, if a lot of people think they're good enough to be a pro player, if you're not actually as good to be a pro player, then the competitive advantage you're looking for won't exist because you're not good enough to be a pro player. If you have a sub 1 KD, you're not good enough to be a pro player. And if the way you even obtain a 1 KD or higher is by playing a tactic that pros don't even freaking play, like you're being like some kind of like shady piece of shit, or you're doing something that exploits something, or you're camping pretty hard. Pros don't do that kind of stuff, so it's like you're still not good enough to be a pro because you're not even like attaining the stat line that they have, the way that they do it, the way they play the game. So there's other things outside of audio and outside of what you buy to like, you know, make your game experience better, that you just won't have because you're just not actually good at the game, or as good at the game as you think you are.
under one Already CMI already. I tell you guys first. You go down to the LAN tournament, you see all your favorite pro gamer out there using all. What are they using? What are they using? You think they're using HD 100s as far out there? Huh? Where got? You go down all the pro gamer, right? They're all using either sponsored headphone or some random earbud, and then they put on top the 3M noise isolator.
That is true. I watch a lot of Pro League.
I tell you.
I watch a shit ton of Pro League, especially when it comes to like Pro Siege and Pro Halo. Most time you watch pro players play video games, they're using earbuds. Like, I remember when I was curious, like, what are they using? And I looked it up, and most of them are just using like just random ass $15 earpieces. They're using like the HyperX Cloud little, I don't know if it's the HyperX Cloud with the HyperX little earpieces as well. A lot of them use earpieces. I think Senhouse makes them as well. A lot of them just find earpieces to use and put those in because, you know, these are in your ear, so it kind of gives you some pretty clearer audio than you would with like something like this. And also, again, like as you stated, in pro settings, they put on these headphones that cancel noise, so that you can't hear the call outs from like other teams when you're playing on LAN. You can't hear what the announcers are saying when it comes to casting. So all you hear, they put the extra headphones on, so all you hear is the game audio. It's like, this is what they use. A lot of pro players are using, not like necessarily like Apple earbuds, but they're using freaking earbuds. They're not using freaking headphones.
They don't give a fuck. You shouldn't give a fuck also. Essentially, it all boils down to
it won't make you better.
If you really want a competitive advantage, there is certain characteristics that you need to look out for. I don't want to really go into the weeds of the details in there on this video. So really, if you're interested, just, you know, fuck off. Click the link down below. I've written all of the in-depth stuff that I honestly won't cover in this video. But in general, for a competitively advantageous headphone, you want a headphone that is neutral to bright sounding, as well as having wide soundstage, pinpoint precise imaging, most all of which would probably land you with an open back headphone. And if you're talking about immersiveness, anything works. It's not like you need some special headphone just to enjoy your movie or your video game or whatever, right? Some of you may feel like you want to be in a movie, like you want to be in a Michael Bay film, hearing all the explosions and feeling like you're on the run from something, I guess. Then you want a bass boosted headphone. But here's the weird catch-22. If you get a bass boosted headphone, it's not necessarily competitively advantageous, because for a headphone to be competitively advantageous, you want it to display gunshots and footsteps much more clearly, which is directly contrasting and immersively engaging headphone. So really, between the two, you really have to pick and choose. Do you want it to be immersive or do you want it to be advantageous? Honestly, pick immersive.
Basically, it was like, what do you play? Do you play shooters? Then pick things that don't have a lot of bass in it, because more bass is bad for shooters. If you don't play shooters and play games like Mass Effect, Elder Scrolls, Elden Ring, things like that, pick an actual like headphone or headset, because, you know, they have that bass boost. You get that full ear cover. You're getting better overall audio. But for shooters, you don't want to have something like these or anything with like a lot of bass, because it's counterproductive. It kind of kills the whole purpose of freaking even having it on. You're muddying the sound of the footsteps. They don't sound as clear as they would without the bass. A lot of these headsets, but a lot of gamer headsets, especially like these, a lot of Razer headsets, a lot of like Turtle Beach headsets are very, very muddy when it comes to audio.
Because as I mentioned again, you all see my one. So the third point is a microphone. You just want something with a microphone so that you can talk with your friends. Understandable. I have no friends. I wouldn't understand. So here's the question that I ask.
I hear that.
Why can't you just buy them separately? I know. I'm blowing people's minds right now. Why buy an all-in-one solution when you can pick and choose the best of each world? Don't just half-ass two things. Whole-ass one thing. Or even better, whole-ass two things.
You're starting to see that more and more common, like nowadays, especially in content creation. You're starting to see people who are buying like earpieces like these, and then they're buying a microphone. They don't need to have these with that has this on it, because talking to this, talking into this. Like, the reason why I even wear this is because I play games on console. My friends were in Xbox party chat, so you know, I'm gonna need this thingy. But when I'm streaming, I actually don't join party chat on Xbox. I join on a PC, so they're actually playing audio through here, and they hear me through here. But I'm not, like, again, if I'm not playing on my PC, if I'm not doing a live stream, then I have to, I have this on. I've actually thought about getting a secondary mic, not this mic, a whole different mic, and just plug that into my Xbox Series X and use that as a microphone, and not wear these at all. Because also, when it comes to like having hair, I get tired of freaking having to flip my hair back in or move out the way. Put these on are not good for hair, which is also why more streamers are using things like these, because it's just more convenient. So yeah, you can just buy it. And here's the catch. If you, let's say the A40s, those are like what, $300. You can get some earbuds for like $30 and get a microphone for like $40, and it still spend way less money than you would buying the A40s or the HyperX Cloud 2s, or the Razer Black Shark Wireless, whatever. And you will have, basically, if you're playing shooters at least, you would have better audio with that $30 like earbuds than you would with that A40s that cost $300, because you just play shooters and have better audio by themselves, and you don't need this shitty ass microphone, because these microphones are shit. Because you spend $50, $40 to just get a plug-in USB microphone for your console. You saved money.
You can buy the best microphone and you can buy the best headphone. With a gaming headphone, you get shitty versions of both. The mainstay recommendation for a microphone is usually a cheap lapel / lavalier microphone, which you can get for about $10, $20. I actually use a weird cheap lavalier microphone as well for my previous videos, and as you can tell, it doesn't sound totally shit. It's not bad, isn't it? For the amount that you paid, it sounds alright. And this is honestly one of the things that you should get. I don't need this anymore because I got this thing now. Goodbye. If you go a bit higher, most people would recommend the Samsung Go microphone or the V-Moda Boom Pro microphone. The Boom Pro is limited in compatibility, so not all headphones can use it. If you want a boom microphone that all headphones can use, you can go look at the Antlion Mod Mic. Sponsor me. The Mod Mic ranges, I think, between $50 to $150. After that point,
he's kind of, I like this guy. He's like me. He reminds me of myself, because anyone watches my live streams, sometimes when I'm trying to like make like a point or emphasis on something, I'll get close on your phone and do like this, and then whisper sweet this into your ear, or else just say something in a very low voice just because I can. And it's like supposed to make me a little bit more intimate. I like that he does that, because I do.
A USB microphone or even an XLR microphone, but at that point you need to buy an interface again, and yada yada yada. This isn't my ballpark. Honestly, if you want to know more about microphones, you could go down to like Podcast Stage, Julian Krause for like interface advice. I listen to them. I bought the Neumann TLM 102 based off of Podcast Stage's numerous very in-depth videos, and I'm very thankful for him. But you're not here for microphones. You're here for headphones. So I get it. I told all of you that, you could just use any headphone for gaming. So just click off, buy whatever you want. But maybe you tell me, Crin, but what if I really, really, really want some recommendation? Please make me spend money. All right, fine. I got you. May I present to you the king of the $50 range, the KSC75s. These clip-on not headphones are actually one of the best gaming headphones that you can buy, all the way up to like $150. I'm not exaggerating. I've scoured for all of the open back headphones under $100, and I will pick the KSC75s every single time. They look ridiculous, but you're not gaming in front of a crowd. Let's face it, all of you are gaming at home with no one to look at you, so it can look like a big goofball all you want. You get the staging.
I just don't think they look that bad.
You get the clarity, because
like,
this
visually they're not
doesn't
that
have
bad
any
to look
bass
at.
extension. It's the perfect gaming headphone.
It then looks better than like just having
like,
these big chunk of blackness on freaking ears.
But it feels like it's specifically tailored for gaming because of all of these traits all bundled together. And even up to like a $30 budget, honestly, you could just buy, again, the cheap lavalier microphone for $10, this thing for $20 or even lower on sale sometimes, and you haven't even broken the budget yet. And I guarantee you, I guarantee you that this KSC75 and some cheap lavalier mic is going to be way better than any cheap Chinese bullshit that you can find at under $30. I would know because there was a brand called Exa that sent me their E900 headphone, and let me tell you, that was just not great. Not great. But let's say you have $100 to spend. Let's say you really want to maximize your budget. I would still say to get a KSC75, but I feel obligated to mention this headphone as well. The Philips SHP 95 I can't finish it. The Philips SHP 9500. Yes, the Ship, as they call it, is also a pretty decent gaming headphone, and only a gaming headphone. I would never ever use it for music listening. Oh dear God, it's not bad. I'm just exaggerating the whole, but you know, it's been overhyped to hell, and honestly, every time I hear the SHP 95, just makes me want to dry heave. So if you're willing to spend a little bit more money, just going up the price bracket a little bit more, you get the AKG K612. It is what I'll consider a clinical execution of a gaming headphone. It is dead flat with a slight treble boost. It has all the hallmarks of the AKG staging and imaging. It's one of the best gaming headphones that you can get at any price point, which is surprising because you can get this at $150. I say some of because there are some better ones, but you know, more on that later. But the big problem is it's not really immersive. It's competitively advantageous, sure, but you know, it just makes everything sound dead. It's boring. It's like a studio environment. Everything is shown to you like a blank canvas, but sometimes you want a little bit more energy. You want a bit more saturation, right? If you just want a little bit more, what do? You get the Hi-Fi-Man HE400 SE. It is an improvement over the HE400i, which I also thought was quite a decent headphone, but the 400 SE is quite a large improvement overall. As a gaming headphone, it's alright. I don't think it's the best. It's the staging and imaging leaves some to be desired, but it's not completely bad. It sounds like an open back, but it doesn't sound like an amazing open back. But you know, in most cases I would listen to the 400 SE over the 612 Pro because it just sounds a lot more engaging, dynamic, and fun, and not dead. So if you go up into the under $300 bracket, that's where you get the Beyerdynamic DT880. That one is a neutral bright-ish signature. It has this
like, quite honestly, once you start getting past like the $150 like range, because you just name things off because you know people are always ask content creators, because you always ask content creators like questions and stuff. But like once you start getting to like 150, at that point you're not even buying like, something for gaming. You're buying something for all purpose. You're buying something for music. You're buying something for movies. You're buying something for YouTube videos. You're buying something for gaming. Basically, you're buying something put on your head that's going to be used as your primary listening like device. Period. Like it's not just you're not using it for just one thing. Like when it comes to like everything else that's mentioned during this video and that I said is literally like if you're only just gaming, then earbuds are fine. But if you're going to game and you want like the peak of gaming, but you're also going to be using these for all-purpose things, then you probably wouldn't mind spending $300. Personally, I would never spend $300 on a head. There's not a single headphone on this planet that I won't spend $300 on. I don't care if it sucked my dick and say bye.
Treble. But where it is a bit unpalatable in music listening actually makes it very, very appropriate for gaming. It's poetic. Go a little further up into the sub 500 bracket, or in this case more like the sub 400 bracket, you get the Audio-Technica R70X. It is honestly one of the best gaming headphones that I would personally use if I didn't already have another endgame. Again, more on that later. It has the best balance of staging and imaging precision, and while the signature is not bright tilted, it honestly doesn't need that because the staging and imaging is just that good. Honestly, that would be what would be most people's endgame for a gaming headphone. There is also the Hi-Fi-Man Sandara, which I feel like it's not as appropriate for gaming, but it's such a good all-rounder headphone.
Yeah, that point is just overkill.
Like it at least deserves a mention on this list. Speaking of mentions, let's go on honorable mentions, which are mostly populated by Sennheiser. There is the Sennheiser 560S, which costs about $200. Slightly weird imaging. You could buy it. Again, it doesn't matter. There's also the mass drop Sennheiser HD6XX. Amazing value.
I have
Great
seen
headphone,
a couple
just not the
reviews
best
of those.
for gaming. But again, who cares? Just it doesn't matter. There's also the HD600, which I prefer over the 650 and the 6XX, and I feel like it has slightly better staging, but still has the imaging problems. So I don't, again, not the most appropriate for gaming, but it doesn't matter. And now we head into the end game. Probably the best headphone that you can possibly get for gaming. And drum roll. HD800. Most people who already know of the HD800's existence would know that this would be an obvious mention. It is the headphone with the widest soundstage, the best imaging. That's kind of, it depends on who you ask, and it has that bright neutral signature that is almost perfect for gaming. It's, if you want a sound whore, this is the best headphone, bar none. But let's not kid ourselves. This is extremely expensive. Sometimes I need to remind myself that most gamers are only willing to spend like what, $200 on a gaming headphone?
If even that, I'm not willing to spend that much money.
Now I hear you typing behind the
Saying
screen.
about like the actual price is just, I can buy more things. I'm kind of cheap. Like, let me explain like my cheapest to y'all. I would much rather, like, let's see, I have a $200 budget. Said most gamers spend $200 for headphones. So let's just say I have a $200 budget. I would buy something that's like $20 to $60 and then use that extra like money left over to start buying other things instead of just buying one thing. I'll try to maximize the amount of money that I have and the things I can get instead of just getting one thing and just like, all right, got this one thing. It reminds me of like a J2 video where he took Nick and Phil on a shopping spree, and Nick stretched that money that Jay gave him. He was getting like multiple things that are like, all right, I'm just getting this very expensive thing and that's it. The end. Nah, I'm maximizing it. I'm maximizing that shit.
Boy, and just buy everything and not worry about selecting the microphone and the headphone. As much of a shitpost as this video is, I understand that there is a use case for the all-in-one gaming headset. You know, it's easy, it's an easy purchase, and sometimes you just want an antenna sticking out the side of your head. I don't know, but you know, some people have weird fetishes. And you're right, there are some not terrible gaming headsets.
That's such a stretch. Not terrible. It's like they're usable.
A40 and maybe the Astro A50, but I haven't tested it yet. I don't want to talk too much about things that I have not tested. There is also the Sennheiser PC38X. I've written a review on it.
Heard the mic on that.
It's a
awful.
great headphone, but ironically, not a great headphone for gaming. But it has a microphone, so I guess that fulfills the headset criteria. There's also the PC37X, but I have not heard that. But people say it's alright, so take that how you will. And
just imagine, you could be on a gelato run, on the back of a scooter, in the old world, as newlyweds, with the City Advantage Platinum Select card.
And then there's also the Beyerdynamic Tiger. Is it called Tiger? Is it pronounced Tiger? The Tiger. The Beyerdynamic Tiger 300R. It doesn't have a microphone, but it does come with a streamer bundle. So yeah, that might work. But honestly, at that point, when you're buying a USB microphone and a headphones in two separate packages, you might as well just buy them just normally, right? Just select your headphone, select the best microphone. You don't have to buy both by the same brand, right? And then if you want the creme de la creme of the gamer branded headphones, I guess, there is always the Odyssey LCD GX. Now, the problem is it weighs half a kilo. Look, you're selling it to gamers. They sit on your asses for like 6 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours straight. Why would you subject them to half a kilo on their heads? I don't get it. And I haven't even touched on the sound. Honestly, the LCD GX is not the most appropriate for gaming. Just because it has a boom mic doesn't automatically mean that it's a gamer headphone. My experience with gaming headsets is limited, but I've heard a lot. I've heard stuff from Corsair, I've heard a lot of stuff from Logitech, I've heard some stuff from Razer. All of them terrible. But in general,
Yeah, a lot
I
of
think
gaming
there are still
headsets
a
are just
few
are just
others
very muddy.
that seem to be decent, like the HyperX Cloud 2, as well as the Cooler Master MH751.
These are ugly.
I'm just listing things off of my head. Oh, people also say that the Odyssey Penrose is fine as well, but I haven't gotten around to trying it yet. I should. So what's your key takeaway from this video? Is it what are the best headphones for gaming at different price point? No, key takeaway here is that anything works. Use whatever the fuck you want for headphones. It really doesn't matter. If the pros are using shitter earbuds and random sponsored gear and still performing at the level that they are, you would not benefit from it. Honestly speaking, you are not on Kovac 24/7. Me, honestly, I am the representation of the average gamer. And you know, a headphone does not improve my performance as much as, you know, actual practice. It's just playing the game and knowing its mechanics. Practice.
That's so true right there. Like, if you're a bad player, if you're sub 1 KD in any game that you play that's multiplayer related, the headphones will make you better. Will make you better at the game. It's just playing the game, getting better at callouts, getting better at understanding your callouts, getting better at being able to play multiple roles. If you only know how to play one role, you're hurting yourself, not just your team. Like, let's say I play a lot of R6. If you're only good at just being entry frag and that's all you have to offer to the team is I can be an entry, you're not doing much for your team, like, literally. Because if you don't pop off that, because basically if you're only good at entry fragging, basically you gotta pop off entry fragging every single game. Otherwise, you're hurting your team. So if you're not popping off as being top frag or top 2 frag every single game you're playing in R6, then you better be good at, like, if the game goes south, be able to play anchor or be able to freaking play support. You gotta be able to, like, rotate around and be better. I mean, you might not be as good at being support as you are at being entry frag, but you can at least play it and be useful. And that goes for like any game. You have to be able to play other roles. You have to learn mechanics, learn what works, what doesn't work, what guns work for you, and things like that. What headset you buy, what controller you buy, what mouse you buy. None of that shit will freaking matter if you don't even know how to freaking play the game. If you don't understand the game, if you don't understand what your teammates are saying to you when to call things out, if you can't process, you know, how a round is going to play out and how the next round, how to adapt to the next round. If you can't do those things, nothing else matters. You know, buying a $300 headphone or $1,000 headphone won't change the fact that you don't understand the game. And you got from freaking bronze to freaking silver, and now you're like, I don't even know what the hell is going on. At least my audio's good.
Above all, you cannot pay to win skill. You cannot pay to win sound whoring because the game already gives it to you. Yes, you would have an advantage if you play with sound versus someone who is not playing with sound, but that's where the biggest advantage
is. If someone's not wearing a headset,
really,
they're at disadvantage.
Use what you want. There's no such thing as a gaming headphone. Please don't lynch me. And you know, now it's the time where I thank my big muddy boys, McMadface, Dennis.
Yes. Good video. Give it a like, obviously. Yeah, I feel like it's just generally like what he's trying to like display or say is very basic. It's very basic stuff, and like you can buy whatever you want. That goes for like anything, not even just video games. Buy whatever you want. You don't have to buy what anyone tells you to freaking buy. You don't have to do anything other than buy what you want. If you want to spend an extra $100 because that bitch got some RGB, go to fucking ahead and do it. Buy it because it got freaking more RGB. Yeah, there's a lot of like a ways to trick you into buying things like the new thing for IEMs is like not just them, like even like other headsets as well, is that they put like an anime character or a waifu on the front. So it's like you're not even thinking about is it a good headset or not. You're just like, ooh, it has waifu on it, I want to buy it. It's the same thing when it comes to like when people are buying things because of RGB or buying them because it just says gaming on it.